My name is Rikortic, and I love getting platinum trophies in some of the best games PlayStation has to offer, and I invite you to follow along in my adventures to get the platinum trophy. This is Stellar Blade, from start to platinum. Warning, spoilers ahead. Stellar Blade has 43 trophies, 27 bronze, 12 silver and 3 gold. I'm gonna need all of these to get the platinum trophy. 13 of the bronze trophies are star related and cannot be missed. 1 bronze is for finding the first camp. 8 bronze are for parrying, dodging and killing enemies in different ways and using different skills. 4 are for maxing the sword, the tumbler, HP and beta energy to max levels. 7 of the silver trophies are for finding collectibles. These include nativas, suits, data logs, boxes, cans, fish and camps. 3 of the silver trophies are related to side quests. 1 for maxing the exospine and 1 for killing 1500 enemies. The 3 gold trophies are for getting the 3 different endings.
To imagine what you were telling me.
The plan is simple. I start the game on normal, play through the story collecting everything along the way, and do all the side quests,
Seems as though I'll have to investigate.
until I reach the final point of no return. Once I reach that point, I will create a backup save to get the 2 endings. Once I get the 2 endings, I start a new game on New Game Plus, then I will rush through the story, finishing any trophy I have left, and get my final gold trophy in the platinum. I start the game and I immediately get my first bronze trophy for opening the first camp. The camps are pretty much the bonfires from Dark Souls. I keep playing and collecting everything I can along the way until I reach the first boss, Abaddon. I'm gonna avoid showing most of the boss fights not to spoil anything to anyone else. In my opinion, the boss fights are the highlight of this game. During my fight with Abaddon, I get my bronze trophy for parrying 300 times and a trophy for beating him.
Positive, sure.
From here on out, I keep moving with the story, collecting more stuff, fighting more enemies, and upgrading more skills. At the end of the first area, we meet Lily, an important character to the plot and the platinum trophy.
5th Airborne Squad. Lily Artemis II. You can just call me Lily.
Every time you collect data logs and do side quests, your relationship with Lily grows. This unlocks a new area just before the end of the game. We must go there to get all the camps and nativas. Right after this we unlock Siam, the main hub area of the game. At this point we get access to a bunch of shops and the bulletin board. This is where we get most of the side quests.
This request sounds fun.
Before leaving Zion we get access to a new weapon, the ranged gun. We can start working on a bronze trophy for it. Now we reach the Wasteland, one of the 2 big areas of the game, this and the Great Desert. In here there's a bunch of collectibles, some side quests to do, and a lot of enemies to kill.
This is the largest land I've ever seen in my life.
While exploring the Wasteland, I got a bronze trophy for killing 100 enemies with beta skills. I did my best Ezio impression and got a bronze trophy for killing with special executions. And another bronze for fighting a brute. From here we move to the first point of no return. This area has a gimmick where you cannot use your sword.
Blade stopped working all of a sudden.
So it's a good way to work on the ranged kills trophy. We go back to Zion, I grab more side quests on the bulletin board, and finish the bronze trophy for killing enemies with the ranged weapon. Proceeding with the story, we had a bunch of bronze trophies for killing bosses, including one that looks like Sephiroth. Until we reach the Great Desert. Now, the Great Desert is pretty much like the Wasteland, a big open area with a bunch of enemies to fight and a bunch of collectibles to get. We also unlocked the fishing minigame, Taki mode, which is a new mode we can use to get another bronze trophy later. Here is where all that collecting starts to pay off. I start popping a bunch of silver trophies and even some bronze. 1 bronze for beating the behemoth, 1 silver for collecting 30 suits, 1 for collecting 200 databanks, 1 for opening 200 boxes, 1 for maxing 10 exospines, 1 for defeating 1500 enemies, 1 for catching 20 fish, 1 for completing Enya's and Sue's story, 1 for completing Digger's story, 1 for completing Kaya's story. Now, with everything done in the Great Desert, I move to the final point of no return. After pretty much the same dungeon as last time, where I can only use guns, we finish the final point of no return. Lily tells us about a new area we can visit.
Wait. Huh? What's going on?
I have a request. There's somewhere I'd like to visit before we leave.
So we fly there, kill all the enemies, find all the camps, and we get a bronze trophy for using Taki mode. And we head straight to the final stretch of the game. I get 2 bronze trophies for maxing my HP and beta energy. So here I should have found my last can. It turns out I missed one along the way. So after panicking a bit, I figured out that you can check the cans you're missing back in Zion. I'm gonna take care of it after I get the freedom to do so. I also got a bronze trophy for maxing all my skills, weapons and tumbler. After a big story stretch and a bunch of bronze trophies, we finally get freedom to travel back to the Great Desert. In here I find my final can. Now I only missing the camps and the nativas, but both of them can be got just before the final boss fight. And speaking of final boss fights, I reach the final camp, which in turn gets me a silver trophy. I create a backup save, and now we reach the final choice in the game.
Take my hand. I can save you. We can save each other. We can save everyone.
First, I reject Adam's hand,
Sorry.
which in turn gets me a pretty cool boss fight. Which gets me a silver for the Nativa fights. And a gold trophy for the other ending.
Adam. I'm sorry.
I reload my save, and this time I take his hand.
War awaits us. Let's return to the tetrapod.
Now we can start the New Game Plus. Once I start the New Game Plus, I finish my 2 bronze trophies. 1 for dodging 200 times, and 1 for getting 50 kills with burst skills. Until I reach the final chamber. And since I didn't do any side quests, my friendship with Lily is low, so I get the bad ending, which gets me the final gold, and the platinum trophy. I enjoyed my time with Stellar Blade. The game is good, it's not great. The platinum itself, it's not hard, but it's really hindered by a bunch of annoying collectibles. The only ones I enjoyed was the suits, because, you know, I'm a guy. Overall, it's a fun game. The platinum isn't hard, just a bit time consuming, and I would recommend it if you enjoy this type of games. My name is Rico Ratic, and thank you for joining me on this adventure, and I hope to see you again. And here is a little teaser for the next start to Platinum.